The Neighbor, by a good band name. This story didn't exist even 3 days ago. I've made a burner account specifically to talk about it since it is still an ongoing investigation. I am also going to use pseudonyms and keep this story more vague so that it remains anonymous. I just can't stop thinking about it, it's devouring me. I live in a large, wealthy metropolitan area in a newer built mid-rise condo. The majority of residents skew midlife or older and are uniformly white-collar professionals or retired. That is to say, this is a very nice building in a very nice neighborhood. Monday after work, I got off the elevator and was hit with a smell. I got to my condo and told my spouse Taylor that either somebody had overcooked Brussels sprouts, or somebody had died. Taylor ran errands Tuesday and confirmed that it certainly doesn't smell right in the hallway, that's for sure. I don't know what a dead body smells like, and that seems terrifically unlikely, so we go on about our lives. There was a cold rainy snap this past week, and the smell kind of comes and goes, but it felt like it would be a rude thing to complain about to management. We just ignored it and knew it'd go away like every other burnt meal somebody made. Saturday was sunny and warm. Taylor was doing minor work in our unit, so they are back and forth all morning between our unit and the courtyard on a lower floor. The first time they come back they say, "That smell is back and it's worse." We both half-jokingly muse about how it's a body. The second time they come back, I hear voices in the hallway when they open our door. Our building is usually very quiet, so I ask if someone is finally having a party. There's a group of neighbors going around to all the units in our hall to see where the smell is coming from. Somebody on the floor below tried to show a unit today, and the smell when they opened their door was so bad they couldn't go in. Do they think it's a body? Yeah, that's the consensus. The third time Taylor comes back, they confirm the unit has been identified and the owner contacted. Riley, an HOA board member, is fetching the set of spare keys for the unit, 3 doors down from ours, smack between us and the elevator. There are more people in the hallway. Then all hell breaks loose. Suddenly the smell is 10x worse and unbearable when Taylor opens our door to the hall. Everyone in the hall is now wearing N95s or covering their faces some other way. Taylor talks to Riley, who just went into the unit and saw enough to confirm the authorities need to be called before they got back out and shut the door. Taylor asked if it was, in fact, a body. Riley confirms, visibly shaken. We've been smelling corpse odor all week. The body had been rotting there, right in our densely populated building. Every time someone opens that unit door, the smell floods out. Cops have showed up and are asking routine questions to the neighbors. We overhear them say the body was found in a bathtub, that CSI has been called, and they need to search the deceased's car. The smell is so bad I barely make it out of my unit before I run back and have a mild breakdown. Finally we get out and evacuate the building for the day. I do not want to go back home, so after hours in the city we return to sit in the courtyard with some neighbors and drink and talk. A few are pulled to be interviewed. The cops want their doorbell camera footage to try and determine when the deceased was last seen alive. We watch as CSI flashbulbs go off from the unit. The police in the building are wearing respirators now. The unit below it has all its windows open to air out. We decide to go to dinner. We leave the building and run smack into the corner. I badge them in and hold the door for the gurney and body bag, 7 hours after the discovery was made. It would be freaky enough if that was the end. It's not. All the usual questions aside, why did no one notice they were missing for more than a week? Did they not have a job? Family? Friends? Strange details start emerging. The deceased was a one-bedroom renter in our building since it was built 18 years ago, the past 9 years in the unit where they died. According to Corey, who shared a wall with the deceased and who knew them cordially but not enough to know their last name, they were a retired military veteran, and there was hardly any furniture in the unit, just a single chair in the main room, no table or anything. Riley confirmed this and also told us there was a handwritten note on the refrigerator, "In case of emergency, call the VA." Yesterday, a resident ran a background check on the unit and shared it with me. The resident was in their mid-50s. Not exactly die of old age to me. They did live in our building all this time, and in a few states before that, back to the early 1990s. But all the known associations are people who live in states far away. In fact, none are even remotely in our area. Their LinkedIn is sparse, though it does show current employment, that we assume is out of date, as Corey believed they were fully retired, and a military history, but there are no interactions and the contact info links back to the LinkedIn page itself. So what did they do for the last 18 years? Nothing? Met no one? They have no social media we can find. The police don't seem to be doing much better, given that they're coming around to us asking the same questions. What's more, our building is undergoing construction and we currently have a fire marshal on duty 24/7, who periodically makes rounds on all the floors. In all my time here we have never had 24/7 guards of any kind, and for them to be on duty when there's a death of unknown time and origin strikes me as odd. With more eyes on the place, you'd think they would have seen something. But I guess none of them ever saw him or noticed a smell. But then it got really freaky. On Sunday, a full-on trail of blood showed up leading from the main lobby into the elevator and onto our floor. It surely can't be from the corpse that left the day before. And again, the fire marshal who sits by the door seems to have missed whoever was bleeding all over the place coming in from outside. Emil complained to the board and the board told them they don't know what to do about it except wait for the cleaning staff to do it on Monday, so Emil and Corey clean our floor lobby of the bodily fluids themselves. The police came back yesterday for more interviews. They called the VA to try and determine next of kin and medical history. The VA has no record of this person existing. Then last night, Monday, another trail of blood is found in the elevator and into our top floor lobby. The board president sends a building-wide email asking people to please clean up after themselves or they will pull the security footage, which is likely already happening, given the suspicious death. We are all frazzled and overwhelmed, and the last thing we need is someone free bleeding all over the place while an active investigation is happening. Emil and Corey, and I hope this is just a dog in heat and a lazy owner, but then why isn't the blood showing up more than once a day? The unit is still an active crime scene until detectives can determine a time and cause of death. There is still no next of kin to be contacted for the deceased. I don't feel afraid or unsafe. But everything in our hallway feels so open-ended and unresolved right now. Who was this person? I know Occam's razor says they were probably just someone with no friends, who kept to themselves and lived alone and had a heart attack or aneurysm or something sometime last weekend, and didn't have anyone in their life to wonder why they hadn't been heard from in a while. But even if the saddest possibility is the most likely, what is with the in case of emergency note, and the VA having no knowledge or record of him? And it doesn't explain the multiple days of blood in the elevator, either. I am really shaken by this whole experience, first from realizing what I was smelling all week, and then realizing how utterly sad it all is. But still, pardon the pun, something stinks to high heaven about it. I don't know who they were before they died, apparently none of us did. I hope we get some answers soon, but until then there is just an eerie feeling in our part of the building. I can't stop thinking that except to pay their landlord every month, it's like they never existed at all. Please subscribe to my channel, stay tuned for more.